Where'd you find this?
No, homie, do the wall. Make them do the wall. All my ladies do the wall. If you against, do the wall. Walk. Go where you from. Everybody do the wall. Make them do the wall. Everybody do the wall. Said I make them do the walk. Real gangsters don't talk. Leave your body at the chalk. Just for talking to a narc. If I catch you at the park, hanging out after dark. See you a fish, I'm a shark. I'ma hit him in the heart. I'ma hit him where it hurt. Put him in the dirt. Trunk full of work. If you're scared, go to church. Body get murked. Name in the shirt. Make your bitch squirt, cause she know it won't work. I'ma hit him where it hurts. Put him in the dirt. Trunk full of work. If you're scared, go to church. Body get murked. Name in the shirt. Make your bitch squirt, cause she know it won't work. No, homie, do the wall. Make him do the wall. All my ladies do the wall. If you against, do the wall. Go where you from. Everybody do the wall. Make them do the wall. Everybody do the wall. Said I make them do the wall. All the bitches tryna stalk. I ain't know me like a hawk. Wanna ride up on my car. They know I got it on lock. Got women by the flock. See you a nerd, I'm a jock. Hating on me cause I rock. I'ma hit him where it hurt. Put him in the dirt. Trunk full of work. If you're scared, go to church. Body get murked. Name in the shirt. Make your bitch squirt cause she know it won't work. I'ma hit him where it hurts. Put him in the dirt. Trunk full of work. If you're scared, go to church. Body get murked. Name in the shirt. Make your bitch squirt cause she know it won't work. No, homie, do the wall. Make him do the wall. All my ladies do the wall. If you against, do the wall. Go where you from. Everybody do the wall. Make them do the wall. Everybody do the wall.
Rowdoggs Entertainment. 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 OG Rowdoggs Entertainment. Rowdoggs Entertainment. To the Rowdoggs ENT, man. Rowdoggs Entertainment. Rowdoggs Entertainment. Rowdoggs Entertainment. Rowdoggs Entertainment.
Rowdoggs Entertainment.
Yo, what's cracking, man? It's OG Rome, aka Mr. Everywhere, repping Rowdoggs Entertainment. I want to welcome everybody to Rowdoggs TV, episode 51. You know what I mean? With my co-host to the left.
Man, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dazer Dabs representing Rowdoggs Entertainment. It's about to get cloudy up in here, bro.
Motherfucker.
We got a special guest,
Can we get a round of applause for E-Zone in the building?
Thank you.
Hey, the last time I seen this cat, bro, I swear to God, you motherfuckers smoked out that whole fucking setup. Yeah, we don't smoke the same. God damn.
Yeah. What's up, E?
Man, first of all, thank you guys for having me here.
Man.
I mean, the smoking part is just, I feel like if they were to ever put that, who's that fool from the Fantastic Four, the Lights on Fire? If you were to put that fool out,
Oh, yeah.
if you like, there'd be a little smoke coming out of him.
Yeah.
That's like, I feel like how I walk around when I get out of my car. You just
Yeah.
Because it's like the scent stays everywhere, and I gotta get you back on the We Don't Smoke the Same products because I've had Dazer on there, and I know I got some openings.
If it's going down the same way, I'll probably last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers smoke like chimneys.
But do you and Dazer not smoke the same?
We smoke the same. It's just that day he brought out that big old hash wrap, and that's the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we smoked
I was
that.
in your couch like this.
I forgot I smoked.
You know, I was wondering why, like, you know, when you smoke things like that, bro, like, or you eat a lot of edibles, you wake up the thirstiest, and sometimes it's not the highest. It's not the highest I get. It's just how thirsty I get. You know how high I got.
That's funny as fuck, E. So, E, man, let the people know a little bit about yourself, man, how you came up on what you're doing and how everything started.
Well, I mean, if we're going back to, like, the beginning of it, dog.
Yes.
Who is E-Zone?
Yes.
And how did he get his name, E-Zone?
E-Zone originally was my rap music name. I was rapping for a while, bro.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I've always loved doing music, bro. But then when the whole SoundCloud era hit, which right in the middle when I was going hard in it, and I kind of really got discouraged by it, you know, like, and I was just like, but I started out doing like music, you know what I mean? When I switched to hip hop, that's my real name's Edgar. I really like E40 and rappers like that and Easy E, and I was like, all these fools, they have like an E and a dash.
Yeah.
Ironically, I didn't connect the dots. I was like, yo, Be Real has a dash too. You know what I mean? So I'm like, my favorite out of all of them was E40, and the E stands for his first name, which is Earl. He doesn't look like Earl, huh?
No, he
doesn't.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool, Edgar. We put the E there, and then when I was the first one in my high school, bro, to get a medical card, bro, I was always thinking thinking like an adult, bro. Always like I had my card when I was 17. I faked the signature. I went someplace. I paid $150, bro. And some retired fucking hot nurse at fucking Melrose. I remember they advertised her like crazy. And then I would always get like deals on zips, like specials. And at that point, I was like, oh man, like I would get emails that say Zone Special, and every time I would like. They'd be like, yo, it's Zone. And then my friends, they were like, this fool always has a Zone with him, so like, let's buy weed off of him. So my friend was like, yeah, it's E-Zone. Just, you know, he's like, that works.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what, that kind of does make sense. Ironically, I carry a little bit more than the zip these days, but.
Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. We got Stoop Dogg. We got Mike. We got Rosalind. We got Morning Shot Films. We got a group of people, man. Much respect, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's how I really got my name. And I would say I've always been chasing the dream, dog. Like, so I was going hard with music. I had my friend at the time, a System. You know what I mean? He's like a married man, has a kid, changed his whole life around. You know, sometimes you meet people in this industry that their life goes different.
Yeah, and you can't blame him, bro. That's their path.
Yeah, that's their path, bro. Like, I can't get mad because my homie wants to grow up. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like it's a bad thing. Like, I'm staying young.
Hey, bro, honestly, success is being able to take care of your whole family and be able to fucking. That's real success. Now, what we chasing is a fucking dream, and now that we living it, bro, woo!
Yeah, like, or when you start getting something coming out of the dirt you planted the seed in. So, you know, I was doing music heavy for a while, and one of the dudes that I still work with these days, and I got him into Be Real TV is Morning Shot Films. That's my partner in High and Hungry, and I've known him since like maybe like 6th, 7th grade. He has his own thing. He's a film major from Cal State LA. Yeah. You know, Salvadorian homie, repping hard. You know, Latino graduates, and he's gonna make a big Spielberg film one day. I don't know. It's probably gonna be a little bit like. Some part too weird for me to understand. But he's gonna get some awards for it, I'm sure. But yeah, he's done my first music video, and he's done everything else. He's my partner was High and Hungry. So
not only do you do music, bro, am I tripping, bro? But you one hell of a fucking comedian.
Thank you, man.
Like, not only on your podcast, but I heard you do a stand-up comedy. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Thank you.
You and your whole team over there, you guys are so natural, bro. You guys sitting there busting up, doing 2-3 hour episodes because you guys are literally vibing that well. Yeah.
You know, it's the comedy came in pretty late into the game, bro. Like, I remember I want to say I did music steadily for like 4 or 5 years. You know, just on and off fucking around with it, and then I didn't know what to do. I was working. I got the job at Be Real TV, and then I was doing regular shit, and then I got asked to be on the show one day, and I never looked back since. So I've been moving on there, and shout out to the big bro Be Real, who's been like a mentor. Hey, shout out to my dad. You know, that's what everybody fucking knows him as. It's like, but we joke around, and it's turned into something really dope, man. Like. The comedy was, I want to say I've been doing it like now, like 2 years, like straight, but it was just one of those things, bro, where I was hanging out at the Comedy Store with my friends, George Perez, and Dick Eddie, and Xavier, and then it was this phase where we were just going to the Comedy Store every fucking day, and we were turning up, but we were doing bumps, fucking just drinking, just fucking partying, and just like, George is the only one that's doing comedy, and I'm just being around all these comedians, and I was interviewing them because I was at least getting a chance to interview them because some of these fools that were headlining at the Comedy Store at the time just did a smoke box with Joe Rogan. So I got the chance to interview him, like, or be in that smoke box. And then I would see like other comedians like George Lopez.
What you see was the avenue.
Yeah, so
I see how lane. You're like, hey, let me turn left on this bitch.
Yeah, like I saw it, but then I didn't want to. I was like, nah, we just chill.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane. Because I know how fools be. You know how it is. So. And that's not that matters, but
Yeah.
what tripped me out is that I eventually kept kicking it with these fools, and they all got a feel for me and my friend Jason Rouse and
No.
this dude Red Band at the time, like, and people like that told me that, like, hey, you know, you could do this shit too. And then like and these are people that are pretty established, like, in doing their comedy thing. So I said, you know what, fuck it. They're like, what do you have to lose? If you bomb and eat a bag of dicks, well, that's it. Nobody's gonna fucking know.
Right.
And I had never really done comedy like that.
Yeah.
So my homie Jason Rouse, shout out to Jason Rouse, Canadian motherfuckers, world touring dude, right? Tells me, if you're really serious and you want to know how good you are, nobody will know if you eat a bag of dicks. Come with me to Canada.
Eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, come with me to Canada. I'll take you on tour out there.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, no, they say, hey.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, but so what is it? These fools, like he told, and I thought about it, and I was like, I had been my website, you know, been making some money there, and I'm like, man, I was like, I deserve an adventure like this. So I said, fuck it. I wrote down some material. It took me like I had 2 months to prep. I wrote down some material, got ready for Canada, and this was a headliner out there, just a headliner, bro. Like, he's a killer out there. I bump everybody that's supposed to be. What I mean by bump is like you get a cut in line up from the people that are waiting, and that's already the pressure's on. He takes me to the craziest room and says, all right, this is the room where everybody gets heckled. If you survive making it here, well, you got what it takes, and if you don't, well, then he's like, I guess we're kicking it the rest of the time in Canada. I go out there and I do my first show, dog. Nervous as fuck. I fucking do like 7 minutes, and people.
That's a generation, bro. 7 minutes,
and it felt like forever. And I was like, my first time, and I started getting laughs, and I was like, people were like, oh shit. They were just like, this fool's from LA, and this is the first time, and they introduced me like that. So they asked me to stay and did the 11 o'clock show. I did a second show that I did in there. Then he took me to another room, and everything that whole week in Canada, or week and a half, we went to all this comedy spots, the grimiest to like the fanciest spots, and every single spot I went up. And I thank Jason, and I thank, you know, the way life is for putting me in that position, because that made
He threw you through the trucks.
yeah, that made me fearless.
I'm gonna give you an example. This guy here brought him in as a fucking promoter, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking always networking, being able to get a kind of connoisseur, works with you guys, bro. I threw this food to the fucking sharks. I'm like, hey, bro.
Threw me to the piranhas.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, bro, you're gonna be a hype man today. For somebody who's never, ever been on stage, bro, and be a hype man, bro. After that food's just been taken off, bro. But the shit, man.
Sometimes you have to do that, man. Like, I think that's why, and what I say is like that experience is not that it made me fearless where I'm like, oh, I think I'm bad or everything like that, but I can go into an open mic. And I've done rooms where, let's just say the crowd, like, for example, I went with my friend Xavier, my co-host, shout out to Xavier.
Shout out to the Canadians stepping in, bro. You got all your Canadian people in there.
There are some Canucks in here. There are some Canucks in here, but hey, what is it? Yeah. So Xavier, we went like I'll give you an example. You have to be able to do these rooms. Like out here, you know, you take any open mics, and sometimes, you know, I mean, you know, the LGBTQ movement, the rainbow people are very strong out here. And there's an area where that room is very like pro LGBT. So there's fools out there.
You can't even bust a joke like that?
No, I mean, you have like I didn't know this is my first time doing a room like that. So
now you understand what Dave Chappelle goes through.
So there's these fools out there going, "Oops, I did it with a win, and they fucking do it." And some of them are funny, some of them are just like, I'm like,
this is the crowd.
Yeah, no, this is they're taking turns. It's open mic, so everybody signs up.
Yeah.
So they make us go to the end because they know that we're the only two stray fools in there, right? So like we're they make us go, and I have some toxic ass jokes, and Xavier is way more toxic, and I'm like, man, fuck it, Xavier. If you go up there and do it, no problem. Even though you're gonna bomb, it's like whatever's, dog. And sure enough, I make this joke about the homeless, and then these fools were not feeling it. They're like, we help these people. You know what I mean? Like they were just fucking mad at it.
You don't understand what I mean.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for the end of the joke.
Got in their feelings.
And I finished my set, and then like Xavier was looking at me. He's like, man, he's like, I don't ever want to do it again. I was like, bro, like that. There's beauty in the fact that you're able to do that shit like and nonstop. And handle that shit and walk away like this, regardless if people are like looking at you a certain way. You're just like, hey man, I'm keeping this like 1,000 and doing the rest of my act. And there was some people that came up to me at the end. There was a couple girls that are comics too, and they were just like, that joke was funny, but you gotta make it sound less mean. Try to give me little
delivery,
like just little, like little feedback, which is cool. But like,
bitch, get off me.
I was like, bitch, why did you laugh then? You know what I mean? Like, you think this shit was funny, but like,
you over there standing with your arms folded and shit.
yeah, but you know, like you see, you get the love that you know that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's comedy, dog.
Well, you ain't. I mean, I didn't expect you to fucking do a home run the first damn time, but you fucking sitting there and got on base.
Yeah.
I mean,
feel
you know,
me?
it was one of those things where I've never been afraid of public speaking, bro. Like I think like that's the reason. That's the reason my BA in communications fucking fell in hand so well. I was like, man, I can't do this marketing shit. They want me to pass calculus. I'm never gonna pass this shit. I was like, man, let me go ahead and
You a people's person.
Yeah, I was like, let me go ahead and I used to sell cars too when I was in college, bro. I used to sell cars. I remember that was one of my crazy jobs. I used to work in for this company called Young and Reckless. It's a clothing line. As an intern there. I've had the craziest job. I've done the Al Bundy life, you know, selling women's shoes.
Oh, that's dope right there.
I know I don't have a fucking foot fetish because there's some weirdos out there, but I can never understand you fools out there that fucking do.
Yeah,
like I'm like fools,
shit.
like I get it. The toenails look pretty painted, but I'm not gonna suck that shit.
Mike Phillips says, "Can we get a shish?" Is that what you guys say on your show or something?
Oh yeah,
shish.
That fool's actually he's one. He watches the show. Like he's talking about sheesh. But I haven't said that in a cool minute. That fool is he lives in
supporters,
Lakewood,
brother.
And I remember because I do my thing, dog. So I've been recently getting into this thing. So I have my website, flavorsbyizone.com or highenergy.shop. I sell my merch, the shit I'm wearing.
I think I still got fucking a cartridge from you and fucking propane.
So I got all these different these different things on my site, and people were like, I started watching these swap meet videos about like fools like the art of resale, like certain fools that do their resale things, and I'm like, yo, they made these vlogs. So I was like, you know what? I think I can resell some of these things. I have an eye for vintage 90s. Yeah. And I was like, and if I don't, I just have a cool collection of shit. Right? That's the way I looked at
fucking
it.
Hoarder. Fucking he's a hoarder. He's like, fucking. I must have let on eBay. That shit on sale.
But I started testing it out. So I bought like first 5 items. I was like, all right, cool. I bought this. And I started getting a feel for it. And I started adding a whole vintage section to my website. And it does very well. And my eBay account is pretty good because I've gotten into seeing all this crazy shit. Like, go into like I'll do flea markets or I'll go to a swap meet and I'll see like shit from like you were a kid and you're like, oh, this shit is still in the fucking box, and I'm like, I haven't seen this toy since I was 7.
Wow.
And then you also find some crazy come-ups, bro. But that's one thing that like I always do some like weird shit, but I'm never afraid to try some shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. Where did all the Pokemon stuff start coming about? Because I know we grown with that shit. You know
that's the thing. So we're 90s kids.
Yeah,
so
90s
I'm
kids.
32, and like if
fucking cry over that shit. That motherfucker, you lose that shit.
He's gonna be
you guys were fucking Pokemon. I was Pog.
Yo, bro, ironically, bro, I've come up on some Pogs, and I did play it. My older brother put me up a game. I've came up on a collection of Pogs, and I sold the majority of them, but I kept this collection of the O.J. Simpson trial slammers.
Damn.
Yes, and I have like
that's a collection.
Yeah, like I have the whole fucking little Pog. Yeah, like the whole Pog collection.
Case closed.
So like, and you like the slammers say O.J. and the slammer and the same behind jail. So like that, that's the kind of shit I come up on. And then to answer the Pokemon question, bro, I've always been into it, bro. Like my younger brother is 6 years younger than me. So we had like that. That was like the bonding thing. I was always putting him on. We got into that in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yes. And then I was big. I always been big into the Pokemon thing, but I had the cards when I was younger, but I didn't really start getting back into it. Like I always played the games. Yeah. And then
you ever go to the tournament?
Yeah, I went to like I remember.
And they give you the little
and they give you a promotional fucking. They give you a promotional card. Yes, I'm
sorry, bro. We're geeking out over here.
No, but I mean for real, that's on another level.
Santa, I remember the first one I went to.
Don't let me catch you motherfuckers on the app running into shit.
Bro,
he's on me over here.
Bro, I got my fucking Switch in my pocket. I barely started playing the fucking the new what's it, the Arceus game?
Yes.
Yeah, I barely started. I was so hesitant, bro. I did not want to get into it, but it all came back honestly, and I'll put it out there. Fucking Kaira, bro. Fucking Cairo. Fucking
Cairo,
he was like, he started telling
Harold
me,
and
he got me with the money, bro. He was like, yo, he's like, you know that these cards are some money right now. I was
Yeah,
like, how much money?
Money, bro.
Yeah, like I was like, how much money? And then he was like, you just gotta know what to get it informed.
Yeah.
So I started getting into it, and I started doing this opening thing where I'm opening packs like online.
Yeah.
And I started selling my collection on my cards that I have that are valuable on eBay. And they do great, bro. I literally sell like a monthly. I have a monthly statement from eBay that's like, this is how much you made off of just cards that I list, and just people bid. So the crazy thing is that's what got me back into it. The whole card that is profitable. It's not just like a hobby where it's like it's gonna stay stagnant for a minute.
Yeah,
and I also get to like, not that I want to learn about the new shit, but I like when I see the OGs. Yeah.
We wanna learn about it all.
Not that I want to learn about it, but it's dope to you're
you
like,
feel me?
yeah, you're like, all right, Pikachu's still in the new game. All right, I'm happy.
Pikachu's still knocking him out. Yeah. So E,
what's up, dog?
getting your extracts. Where's the weed at?
Building.
Where's the weed at?
Hey, yo, I want to give a little shout out to our.
Delivery.
Hey, this
we in
fool
this
right here,
building.
dog. What up, dog? Hey, this fool's son has one of a kind skateboard that like literally it's like a high and hungry skateboard. I like this fool's bought the grip tape, remember?
Yeah.
Yo, like I don't like.
Still got that shit.
Yo, he has like this
support.
one of one fucking piece, and I haven't seen you in a while. I'm glad you're doing well, dog.
Real support.
And this one has a fire, by the way.
Yeah,
This
he
was straight
does.
dead ass, like, you know what I mean?
Hey, just make sure the PO don't see it. I've been
I've
trying to get him on the fucking live forever.
Yo, so E, Tommy's in the comments, man. 3 plates.
Yo, exactly. Collective.
Three lights, Tommy.
Hell yeah, I swear to God, that motherfucker there. I want to keep him in my pocket and pull him out anytime I need to laugh.
Hell
that
yeah.
motherfucker there is hilarious
Yo, so
too.
E, how did the relationship with you and B come about? Like, how did that come about?
That came about, dog, looking for a job, bro. Like, honestly, that came about looking for a job when I was in college. Believe it or not, I used to do this thing, bro. So, do you guys know Lyft? I don't use Lyft. So, when there was a while where you would have to have the peak mustache in the front. When they bring you out, you have the peak mustache. So, I remember.
In the car.
Yeah. I signed up for it, right? And I had this scheme. I had weed in college and shit. So, I had this scheme. I had a customer base. I was like, I'm going to take 2-3 rides a day and I'm going to drive around all over. And if I get pulled up on, I'm just like, yo, this is my app. I'm a fucking driver. And I did that for about 1.5 years, bro. Like driving around, I had my biking people from college and people that would be buying shit. And I would give a few rides here and there. And then one day I fucking was watching Be Real TV, the show, the Dr. Green Thumb show at the time. And then they were like, yeah, we're looking for interns and this and that. And I fucking took a chance on Facebook and I was like, fuck it. I was like, let me go ahead and apply. Yeah. And I kept calling the fool who emailed me back. I kept bothering that fool. I felt like that fool was annoyed with me, dog. But I was like, honestly, that got my foot into the door. And this is how crazy life is, dog. And I'll tell you this. So, and you're going to be like, what the fuck does Razzcast have to do with this situation? So I had my interview on Monday, right? On Monday with Be Real TV, I finally got the interview. I'm doing Lyft. Right? And I'm driving around and I pick up this food, this black food, right? And I just, at the time I was like, oh, it's black food. Yeah.
That's the new shit that you had?
Yeah, no, what is it?
That's the insane OG?
No, this is, there's a new pheno in there. It's a new trade.
Rome's itching to roast something right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this one right here, and I'm just saying.
No, you're
roast
feel
that
free
shit, bro.
to roll some,
Come on, dog. Smoke some of that.
But the
You want me
crazy,
to roll it for you?
The trade. Yeah, you did.
so the crazy thing is, I pick up this food and I'm like, all right, cool. This is like, I see him and I'm like, this black fool looks like a rapper, but I don't really know who like Razzcast is at the time. No disrespect. Like I've heard his music, but I never really knew what
Put
he
it
looked
together.
like.
Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah, because I'm like, I heard you on the radio, but I really didn't know.
It was you.
Yeah, so I'm over here and he starts talking to me and he's like, what do you do? And this and that. And he's like, you're going to take me to do some errands. And I take him to Crenshaw, right? Like, and he goes pick up these like 3 Gucci belts. And I'm doing these errands, bro. And I'm like, the whole time I'm getting to know him. And then he's like, you're a graduate, this and that. And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, what are you trying to do? I was like, well, I'm trying to get into entertainment. I got this interview in this place called Be Real TV. And then he's like, get the fuck out. And then I was just like, literally. And then he was like, no. He's like, my boy works there, right? He's like, he's a DJ. This fool fucking, he's like, before you drop me off, let me do you a solid just because I've gotten to know you. And like, he's like, and I feel that you're a good dude.
Right.
He calls up the DJ that he knows at the time, and he's like, yo, tell so such and such who's gonna interview the intern tomorrow, tell him that's my boy. And tell him that I'll vouch to give this motherfucker a chance. Like straight up. And I was like, I felt like crying, bro. Like, inside, I was just like, I was like,
It's not a lot of people do
That's a
that.
legend, bro.
That's the legend, and I'm just like,
And he's giving you.
yeah, and he just off of that hour conversation, I will never forgive Brass Guys. Like, much love to you, bro. Like, to this day, it's always like love on site, bro. Like, I gotta get him back on my show. He's always busy, and he just released his book. And
Nice, a book.
but a book and a record combo, but. Yeah, that helped me get that job because he put in a good word and the universe kind of like helped speed that connection up, ironically. And I never met this man ever, bro. Like, I never met this fool. And for him to do that, it was like amazing.
It's your energy, bro.
It was a major blessing, bro. Like, and that got me my foot in the door. And I worked there for 3 months before B Real talked to me. Cause like I was like I'm gonna keep my distance. I play my role. You know, what I mean, this is what you do. You're not gonna fan out. You gotta let these motherfuckers know that you're here to do work.
Yeah.
So I was trying around. I was doing the sound work, bro. I was doing the audio shit, the little bumps, and the little And then eventually, I don't know what it was like. I think after 3 months, he started getting to know me, and after 8 months, I guess he finally saw my resume on his desk. so he was like, he's just like, hey, how come you didn't fucking tell me that you got like a bachelor's degree in communications? He was like, we need an extra host up there. He was like, yeah. He was like, I'm going on tour soon, so he's like, why don't you go ahead and try it? If it works, it works. If not, go keep helping Shiki to do the see you later, OG, to do the soundboard shit.
Yeah.
And then honestly, bro, like I filled in for that position, and I never
came back. Never looked back. That's what's up, man. Shout out to your whole journey on getting on. You feel me? At the end of the day, they could lead you to water, but they can't make you drink it. You feel me? At the end of the day, you have to work hard to keep that motherfucker. And you have. And you've been able to connect a lot of people through your podcast yourself. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy that you mentioned that, bro, because I've seen a lot of motherfuckers come through there, like coming with the same opportunity that I have. And I've seen motherfuckers that have, like you said,
smoked it away.
They smoked it away.
Practically, sat there, smoked it away. Got high and didn't get to work, huh?
Yeah, and or they did some dumb shit. They could have just been not done. And yeah, bro, like it's crazy that I've seen that, but it's like, hey man, like I'm there to do my shit, bro. I don't ever like to, you know what I mean? It's a tight family there, but like when it's like when you're new to a place, bro, like you know you can't just come in. You gotta earn stripes, bro. You know what I mean? And a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that. Like no matter how fun it fucking is, bro. Like if you get hired at Google and Google fucking has the most amazing break room, you're still gonna be required to fucking put in work. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can eat cereal during the break and all this gourmet chef shit. It's a part of the job, but remember when it's time, when the ball's passed to you, and they ask for that fucking proof, like that work better be there, homie.
Yeah. Right? Well, I mean, you know, that's what keeps the heart pumping.
Now that you're at a network with legendary Be Real, and you're able to connect a lot of people, what kind of individuals have you met that you never thought you would have met and probably inspired by?
It was like a top 10. I mean,
So
I know you met a shitload of motherfuckers.
So to be honest, dog, that whole experience has been trippy for me, dog, because I met a lot of the people that I grew up watching on TV, and to me, dog, I watched a lot of TV, bro.
I watch a lot of TV, bro. I
have a Simpsons tatted all over my arm, bro. Like you don't just get that because you just watch one Simpsons episode. Like I watch so much cartoons, Nickelodeon. I watch so much shit.
He's got the old catalog that you can give out. So you know what time the
TV guy, yes. So I just remember that, like, I watched a lot of TV, bro, and I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of people that I grew up watching. And I want to say if I had like a list, bro, like I smoked out with like George Lopez, Peter Dante.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
Rogan's a good one.
You know what I mean? There's a gang. I've met Mac Miller. Nice. You know what I mean? Like before he passed, what is it? Prodigy.
Yeah.
RIP. You know what I mean? I met legends, bro. It's just crazy. Like just being there. Man, I'm trying to put together like a couple other foods.
It's funny, a lot of times we don't acknowledge who we are as far as successful, as far as connected, as far as already made it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's because the next day you have to do it again. Yeah. The next day you have to do it again. And you can't psych out on the first thing because the world don't give a fuck. If you take off a week or a month, they forget about you, man.
Not to mention that also too that getting to know the whole Cypress Hill family, like almost like they're my tios.
Get out of here.
Like you know what I mean? Like I mean Sendog and I know Muggs and you know, Bobo, and I have a different relationship, and B, and I have a different relationship with each one. And to me, that's a trip, man, because like these motherfuckers have embraced me like you know, like Sons of Anarchy, shit. You know what I mean? Like
priceless. Now, this is a crazy question. There is a fucking versus coming up. Cypress Hill versus Onyx.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, my personal opinion, Cypress Hill is way too up there.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Onyx, much respect, man. You guys are dope. But no.
I want to try to be at that shit.
So
I
what
see
is
that shit.
your feel on that?
Look, bro, I mean, honestly, man, and it's like no disrespect to Onyx because like they're all homies in you know, at the end of the day. But I did feel that too. I did feel that maybe they could have matched up against somebody like they had a lot of hits like them, like 3-6 Mafia or something. You know what I mean? Or Bone Thugs and Harmony. That would have been a little bit more like, you know.
Yeah, trio.
Yeah, like trio. Like, you know, you're doing like three, like what is it, 4 versus 2. You know, like you wasn't gonna get jumped.
And it's funny though, cause last week I heard their first album, Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Them fools were fucking geniuses, bro. They were already sampling old school shit. They were fucking, they dope, bro.
Have you heard? I mean, you gotta definitely shout out to Cypress Hill. Go check out their new documentary directed by Esteban Oreo.
Oh, didn't they have some grand opening or like a premiere?
A screening? That's where I saw. I told them I saw Squints there. Shout out to Squints. What is it? What is it? They had a screening, and shout out to Esteban Oreo for directing that. And then they also have a new album too with Black Milk. And that shit is awesome. Like, honestly, bro, like if you never heard Sin Dog like go off like rapping, dog, on this one, dog, he fucking comes in with the heat, dog. Like usually it's B that he's taking most of the lyrics. But like, yo, on this one, Sin Dog comes in hard, bro. Like I'm talking about, and much love to Sin Dog too, man. Like a lot of people like give that shit a try, bro. You don't.
He's fucking humble, real approachable individual. I want to give a shout out real quick to After Dark Genetics, Banks Bakery, Long Beach Originals, and anybody E-Zone sponsored by, just like that.
Oh man, salute to all my sponsors.
So other than the B-Real and the Onyx versus, who has been your favorite and who would you want to be seen like up there if you could put it together yourself?
Like if I could, like, what do you mean? Like if
you could set up
a battle
one versus battle out of anybody, any favorite rappers you can, who would it be and who's been your favorite?
Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, bro. Like if I could bring somebody up, I would be like Tupac and Biggie, bro. And then or like to really do it big, dog. Like I don't know who I would put him up against, but I would definitely put Nirvana versus somebody else. I want to see like a Nirvana versus.
Hey.
But who would they fucking go like?
Hey, get out of here. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that shit wouldn't even be a battle. That would be like the best concert in the world. Everybody would be out there singing all the hits.
Be a draw. Yeah, because that would be hard as fuck.
Yeah, that would be
those hits after hits. Oh my gosh, bro.
This shit takes fucking.
Which one has been your favorite one so far?
Probably the 3-6 Mafia one, bro. yeah. Just cause like I like the fucking excitement. Yeah. I couldn't get into like when they like I like the old timers music, bro. Like, but I mean by this like the oldies fools like the Isley Brothers, but like, hey, those fools are like ya 65, déjalos descansar, güey. That's when they want this fool to fucking be in there fucking.
They're having fossils up in there.
Yeah, like you're doing like, come on, fool. Like I'm glad you guys got a bit like younger fools up in there.
Yeah, please do, cause man, they got their flowers and all, but god damn. Yeah, they can't be.
I had a question online saying, "What's your favorite flower, Ezo?"
Oh shit.
Honestly, it's hard to point a favorite, but genetics wise, and like as long as I've been smoking the first crazy gourmet shit that I was like, oh man, this is crazy. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I've been like I don't have access to like crazy shit, but it's always gonna be one of my favorites. And I don't know who grows the original out there. I like a good fucking cherry pie.
Nice.
Like the good fucking cherry pie, bro. Like a legit cut from up north. And like whoever has that shit or whoever has I want some of that shit for personal fucking smoke. They have a lot of versions where I know they made the plant fuck like a bunch of other plants, but
like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I just want the original one, like
the original strain. Okay,
what happened to original cookies?
I mean,
Yeah, bro, I missed that shit,
It
bro.
looked dark. It didn't even look like it was good weed. And you tasted it. It was the most tasty.
It was dark green leaves.
Right?
Yeah.
It looked
With
like
the fucking brown hairs, bro.
You wouldn't even be
or
the-
golden kind of like it was.
And then all the weed shops came, and that's when they said this is this and this is that, knowing damn well it was something else.
You know, I don't know who. I think it's. You know, I can see how a lot. Maybe the cookies, the original cookies cut died because you got to remember that it must have been a select group because that's how exclusive it kind of was to get. So because it's such a select group, and the downfall when you have something like that is that you're not gonna like if something dies or if that plant dies, that's it because you don't have a backup. You know what I mean? Like it's that group. You know what I mean? So if that girl gets robbed or whatever the fuck it is.
And even like when you clone them, like it starts taking away, like
from the original mother.
Shit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you can't even do that either. You know.
What's up, Bears?
All right, E-Zone. Out of all your deals and Papa fucking B real, who smokes the most?
B.
B.
Yeah, straight up, bro. That fool, like
think he got
with no
My question is these motherfuckers smoking like nonstop, or they just smoke on occasions? Because
no,
they've been doing this shit.
They smoke nonstop, bro. Like honestly, like B is like he smokes nonstop, bro. Like I think the only time I saw him not smoke was when I was on an airplane with him.
Yeah.
like I was just like, yo, but as soon as he landed, I was like, hey, we're still in the airport. Like, it's okay. Like, yeah, like, I'm just like, yo, he's always been that dude, and honestly, like, he's like Mr. Miyagi to me, bro. With the shit he taught me, like he's like, hey man, like, you always roll with like a couple joints, you always take a jar, you always do this, the hospitality, you know what I mean, like he's like, whenever you get enough flavors, you always share it, like some. That's why I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, yeah, let's roast some. Like, yeah. And it's like, he's just like the fact that he's always been so reserved in a sense, and maybe not thirsty for the spotlight. A lot of people think that like, oh, no, he doesn't make himself accessible. It's not that, bro. It's like, you know, celebrities or people that kind of have that lifestyle. They know that there's a price when you try to really be in front of that spotlight constantly.
Because they've been there.
And you like that. And honestly, that fool lives a very calm life, dog. I want to strive for nothing more than to have that kind of success at some point in my life.
I heard their interview. Maybe you could confirm. I'm not sure whose podcast or where I seen it, but Zen Dog, in the first year they were touring in Europe, that fool will end the show by grabbing a couple guitars or just breaking them. And
dog.
Boom, boom, and didn't even know that at the end of the whole tour that shit was coming out of his paycheck. The tour ended. This was getting paid a big amount. He probably got zero because of that.
Zen Dog, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, bro. That story goes from like with Beast and Bobo was the one that said it that fool was going through a phase like he wanted to just rockstar and shit out. So every time after the show, you'll cheer him and he'll get that fool's drum set and just start trashing you like on the stage, right? And just go on the next stage, and this fool had to call sponsors. They send me another one out overnight, and then they'll do it, right? They'll because it's in the writer. And then sure enough, bro, like when the tour was over, this was expecting a check, and that shit was like minus fucking like,
minus 20 grand.
Like 20 grand. I don't know how much, bro, but it was a lot, bro.
Fucking
now, give me a crazy experience that you've had in this whole journey when it comes to music, comedy, hosting, and just entertainment. Crazy.
Like crazy how like near death or like just
crazy no, just like
maybe a fight, maybe you know death, maybe
bad experience.
You know what I mean? Maybe a
hater.
Experience,
yeah.
You know what
I mean,
and then we don't have no negative. Yeah, what a dope one.
Yeah.
I want to say like I don't really have too many crazy negative stories, but I mean there is. I'll give you two. This is easy to go to the positive, bro. But my first year and a half, this is like a near death story. So my first year and a half into the studio, or like I want to say this is my second year, second year. I'm hosting events, going on my third year, and I get booked to an event up north in Gilroy, and I get booked as a host, and the special guest there is Be Legit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, used to collaborate, yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's E40's cousin. I was like, that's cool. We're gonna go do it. I was on my hustle shit, dog, and I had this whole game plan. I'm gonna hustle all fucking spring and summer. By the time it's fall, this is the last event I might do. I have enough money to go buy that Lexus truck cash. You know what I mean? I wanted. I was like, all right, cool. I was on my grind, bro.
Yes,
and I was nonstop, right? And I was like, and I was like, man, everything fucking was going well, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just gonna go ahead and drive so I can be at the dealership in the morning. And that was my biggest mistake, right? Like, cause I'm like, I shouldn't have driven at night, and I was fine, right? So I'm driving, and I decided to take off after the event. Mind you, I had been hosting a weed event the whole fucking day, so I'm like, I should have just taken the fucking hotel. But my stubborn ass, I go ahead and take off. And I drive like from Gilroy back to LA, and I'm driving like 2 hours in. I start getting tired. I go get coffee, and I'm like, fuck it, let me pull over to a Denny's. I see a state trooper. Let me go pull up next to him and just get I had a couple shirts. I was like, let me use them as blankets, leave the shit on, and I fell asleep. And the cop was like, he's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to get back to LA. I gotta get to work in the morning. I was like, I'm 100% sober. You know, I was getting some sleep. And then he was like, okay. He's like, just making sure. I was like, thank you. I was like, I fell asleep for like another hour, and then I decided to get back on the road, bro. Like, for no reason, bro. I'm like, why, bro? Like, I couldn't just, I couldn't just play. Yeah.
You were determined to get there.
Yeah, I was determined, bro. And like by this time, I don't notice at the time, bro, but it's like fucking, like, it's about to be like fucking 2:30, 3 a.m. right? And I'm driving like I'm almost there, bro. I'm like, when you get down to like I want to say like Palmdale, like there's like no hills. It's just like straight in the wind there. It's fucking crazy.
Yes.
So when you're coming down that hill, and I had this rental car. I had this fucking little bitch ass Nissan Versa. So I remember
Bitch ass Nissan, it was all your fault.
So the fucking wind, bro, it's like blowing really fucking crazy, right? And I remember, so it rocks, especially a car like that. So I remember I kept getting rocked, and I'm like, yo, I gotta be careful. It's like trailers coming. And at that time, there's only trailers. So I lost control because the wind fucking got me to the gravel, and the car starts spinning, and it fucking hits this pole. The shit gets crunched, and there's like a little hill down there. And I fucking start fucking rolling down that little fucking hill, right? Yeah, bro. So like as I'm rolling down, like I start seeing the top of the car just fucking go in, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm probably gonna die. Like this is, I'm really like thinking this, and I'm just like in my head, I started praying, like not praying like literally like, oh wow, Father, but I was just like, God, just please don't let me experience no pain. Like I'm sorry, just I'm like I was like literally like a fucking movie, bro. Like I'm just like I want
your whole life flash.
Yeah, like I'm just like I want to fucking die, bro. Like I was like I'll fucking take a wheelchair. I don't want to fucking die, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was just, and then, bro, like this is like all these thoughts are going to my fucking head, bro.
It's crazy.
And the car does 1 spin, 2 spins, and the third one it's upside down. And the seatbelt is a shit to save my life because I'm hanging while the shit's upside down, but I'm still intact. Like the shit, I'm a big ass fool, so that shit's gonna hold me. You know what I mean? So like I'm hanging like the fool from Jurassic Park. You know what I mean? Like the fucking kid. And then and like there's broken glass right there in the front. And this is where it gets trippy, right? So I fucking I'm like, I can't see out of this eye. It's blurry, but I can see out of this eye. So I clicked the fucking the seatbelt off. I remember everything vividly, dog. I wasn't on drugs or on anything. I wasn't even drinking. I clicked the fucking seatbelt off. I land on the fucking glass, and I'm getting up. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get up, and then all of a sudden I see these like 3 like Mexican fools, right? And like not like scary looking fools, but they look like they could be somebody's steals. Like, you know what I mean? They were like looking like they were dressed up for a fucking quinceañera or
They're
something.
ready to rescue.
Yeah, so like it was crazy. So I'm like, like I didn't see no other cars, and then like I fucking like these fools fucking like I'm laying down, and these fools fucking pull me out, right? And they start dragging me to the fucking like where the road's at. And I'm fucking just seeing my feet just being dragged in the middle of the dark. It's dark, pitch black in that hill. And I'm like, and I'm just like, I'm looking back at them as they're pulling me, and I'm just like, who the fuck are these fools? You know, like, I can't really see, I can't really speak, I'm hurt. You know what I mean? And they're like,
angels, dog.
This is like it's fucking trippy. So they put me on the floor.
These motherfuckers didn't even exist, bro.
They put me on the floor, right? Yeah. And I was like, and I'm just like, gracias. And they're just like, oh, he's like, no, nah. They're like,
you're fucking heavy, oh.
And I'm laying there, and I noticed that to the right of me, I noticed the car that they're in, and it's like I remember the car make, it was a Nissan Armada, bro, like a 3-row passenger. Yeah. And there was 3 other fools in the car. A total of them, there was 7, a total of them, right? After I counted it down. And then I'm laying talking to the fool, and then I was like, oh, llame la policía, por favor, or like ambulancia. I was like, no puedo ver. And then they was just like, no podemos llamar a nadie. And I was just like, ¿cómo? Like, no,
no tenemos minutos, güey.
No, and then the other dude looks at the driver, and he tells them, oh, es que no tenemos papeles, right? Yeah, and then like, pues he said that like with a smirk, and I was like, pues te puedes dar mi teléfono, llamar. And then then he fucking like gives me a smirk. He tells the other dude, he's like, okay, pues llámale pues, right? And then I'm looking to the right and my phone, the car's not too far, but like it's still down the hill. And I fucking like I got up and the fool's like, okay, te estamos llamando, and I see my phone flashing like zzz, and I start fucking hooking it to my phone, right? And I fucking get to my phone and the call fucking ends and stops ringing. And when I turn around, that fucking truck takes off, right? Like these fools take off. And it vanishes like into the fucking fog. Like I'm talking about like not like disintegrates like end games or whatever, but like fucking just it gets swallowed like it gets swallowed right by the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I run and get my phone. I start running up there, and the wind disappears. The fog disappears, and then a fucking UPS truck is pulled over. A fucking the CHP right. All of the rest of the people show up right after that, and then they're like, what happened? And I'm laying on the floor, and then just like, how did you get out? And I was like, these guys rescued me, and they were just like, what guys? I was like, the black Nissan Armada, just fucking, they were just like,
License plate.
they were just like, there's no car that has been reported. Like we've been here, and we're trying to find you. Like they're like, yeah. Like, and I was just like, and then I was like, you didn't see the Mexican guys? Like I was like, what the fuck? Like there was a brand new truck, and then they were tripping out. And they tested me for drugs. Like he was just like, yo, like, yeah, that's kind of weird for somebody to know that. So I'm fucking going there, and he said like they test me, and I'm just like, I'm sober, and like we need to take you to the hospital. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, that shit costs money, and I was like, I really didn't want to do it.
Not here.
Yeah. So I fucking get the tow truck to drop me off at the Greyhound station. I fucking take a Uber. I pay the Uber extra money to keep me awake so I don't have a concussion. So he drives me from the Greyhound station in Palmdale all the way to the house while I'm being awake. I don't know if I can have a concussion. I can't really see off his eyes. He's like blurry and it's all bloody. And I get home, you know what I mean?
I got stuck with the blunt on the story, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
You're good.
I got stuck. I'm like, this motherfucker
I
here.
get to the hospital, and once everything's done, I start putting the pieces together, right? And I'm like, yo, who are those guys that rescued me? And I look at the phone number, right? And fool, these are angelic numbers, like, so it was like, and it was in dial. It wasn't even a full number. These were like 0, 1, 1s, and 7s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just like in different patterns. But it was like when you call, kind of like long distance, but not really, bro. These were just numerics. They just know. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I tried calling it back, and it just fucking clicked. Just kept clicking, and then I I go to work and shit. And B-Real is like my Santeria godbrother. He's very big into the spiritualism. Yeah. And then he's like, yo, he's like, what the fuck happened? Because he just felt like this presence. Like he's like, I've been through some shit, and then I go get read by my padrino. Like it's one of the first times I ever get read, bro. And this fool tells me, he's like, the archangels rescued you. Like that, they saved your life. Like that was like they're like, yo, it's like the,
you probably were already dying, and that was the little left strength for you to get the fuck out of there.
I think. Well, what he said was like the whole. I called upon a God, and I was like, I don't want to die. Please, like, just save me. Like, I don't want to fucking die, and bro. Like,
he answered.
Yeah, and then to me that honestly, like to this day, that fucking trips me out, bro.
That's
like
one hell of a motherfucking story right there, bro.
Like and that was that, and then
that was dope.
That was
movie time.
Yeah, like
that shit was right there.
Like I just remember being pulled up and like it was scary, bro. Like when I saw the time, bro, it was like fucking like 3 a.m., bro, and it was in the pitch black, and I'm just like, man, fool, I get consumed by shit out here, bro. Like it was like just pitch black.
Yeah, mountain lions and fucking
or something else. You know what I mean? A cryptid. I don't fucking know. There's fucking crazy shit.
Your boy said, tell him about that time I got popped for smoking this Saturday.
Oh, what? Who said that?
I got popped for smoking this Saturday. Oh, Xavier. Well, like, what does he mean? Xavier didn't get popped.
Popped or pooped? It's either that or he
no, yeah, I just got popped for
Fools dipped before the cops got there and deported them. You gotta fucking text me about this one, Xavier. I was like,
that's crazy, man. So
yeah, that was
E-Zone, whatchamacallit, now that we got you alive, you're still kicking. What's the game plan for E-Zone in 5 years? What can we see E-Zone?
Honestly, man, like I'm right now, I've been doing everything as like a one-man team, like for like my personal stuff, like my merch and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. What I mean by that is that like you know how I saw you setting up everything here. Like I'm very hands-on with a lot of stuff, but I've started expanding, and I plan to do that a bit more. Like I've gotten a bit more help on my production of my show, so I have my food blog, High and Hungry,
Yeah.
and I was doing it once a week. So I had to change the format because number one, like it's not healthy to be eating out once a week. So and then number two, I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna shop it around, I gotta shop it around and make it a format that's easy for these companies to be like, all right, cool, 12 episodes. This is an ad. You got these views. Let's do it. So I switched the format this year. This is my 5th year, I want to say, doing it. And we're doing.
We actually got a video of that we want to premiere here at Rowdoggs TV, man.
Yeah, we're you gonna play it now or?
Yeah, man. We speak about it.
Oh yeah, these are one of the episodes. This is one of the episodes. The last episode we did before the season is supposed to come out in July. It's featuring my boy Stuck Up Burgers, and yeah, it's pretty much I get high and hungry. I'm like Anthony Bourdain and Guy Fieri meets one with my boy C- and Morning Shot Films, and we go review these places. And this season we've been working hard. We got 12 episodes of like amazing pop-ups specifically because honestly those are tomorrow's restaurants and you get to feature them first. You know what I mean? So why fucking rush it and try to like fight an exclusive spot in the restaurant that's popping? I want the underdog because when that
put them on the map.
When he becomes a champion,
you're part of the success.
Red carpet, he's like, hey, that's for Ezo right there. That parking right there. Yeah, he's like, I don't need Guy Fieri here. He didn't do shit for me. He's like, no, but he's like, Ezo was the one that put my shit on, but. So I plan to do that, and I plan to have that. I plan to have it shopped around and get offers for it, dog. Like to have a partnership with something like Tubi, Netflix, or something like that, and take it to the next level. And I also plan to. Not that I want to take.
What was your question, Mike? He said, y'all gonna ask my question? Y'all gonna ask my question? Yeah, Mike Filler from Lakewood 562. What's the question, Big Pimpin'?
Hey, that was like, y'all got a super chat, eh? Not right. I was like, show them some love, man. I was like, I know y'all can super chat up in here, but
no, I'm gonna get with Ezo, so he gonna show me how to do the super chat right now, man. I'm over here.
I'm telling you that and a few little giveaways, bro. You guys, motherfuckers will be up in here the whole. No, I mean,
we could do giveaways. Yeah, we could do giveaways all day. Shit.
But
meanwhile, check it out. We're gonna premiere this, and we're gonna ask you a question right after this video. Check this out.
This is an iPhone 11 Pro from Back Market. They specialize in refurbished devices that feel like new at secondhand pricing. Now, at Back Market, you can choose devices at different price points depending on their grade. These devices are checked and restored by experts, so I'm not surprised by how good it looks. The display looks great, the cameras are intact. It passed the selfie test. The good news is if I do run into any issues, Back Market has me covered. All of their devices come with a 1-year warranty. So Back Market gets a thumbs up for me, and you can see for yourself and unbox your own iPhone 11 Pro.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out, do you have Honey installed?
What's Honey?
Oh, no. It's a free browser add-on that automatically applies coupon codes when you check out online.
So what's the catch?
There is no catch. My mom wants to buy these 3 jackets online. They cost $639 before.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Yep, I am here, and I look like I got a crystal ball letting you know what kind of future you got. But I do not talk like Miss Cleo. However, though, I'm here chilling in a beer cellar in the city of Glendale. And it's not just the city of Glendale. I didn't know that Glendale got down with the actual breweries. I'm in an area of Glendale I've never been in. And, when you think about a hole-in-the-wall type of dive bar feel, when you try to go ahead and have like that kind of feel, you try to aim for something that is going to be low-key. They're probably going to play achy, breaky hard. But nah, there's some modern-day version of this shit. And I'm here chilling at the one and only Glendale Tap. I'm surrounded by nothing but aged beers, craft beers, different kinds of beers that have gone up in value, and probably some that are non-existent anymore. I'm not just here to let you know what's up with beer. I'm here to let you know that I'm here to get high, and I've been getting high. Might I add that this is the first episode that we've ever done in the nighttime, which is fucking it's kind of cool to do it at the nighttime because we're actually focused on something for dinner time. But Glendale Tap is usually a venue that focuses, on providing you, I guess, the right brews with the right pairing to the food. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a kitchen in-house, so every time you come over here, you get something new. Today, we have the fucking pleasure of eating some of the world's best fucking burgers. I say world's best fucking burgers. To be specific, smash burgers. Listen, you could be really good at something. You could be fucking tremendous at something, killing it. And I was like, and as much as you could be good at it, you're not gonna beat the guy that's just as good, but he fucking beats you in passion. And you wanna know why I bring that up? Is because that really fucking applies in the fucking kitchen. That applies in the cooking world. And the place that we're bringing you up in here is called Stuck Up Burgers. And some of you guys, if you guys go back to the time where I've been in the weed industry, you guys might remember Stuck Up Extracts. That's right. I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna take a hit.
Shit, that was a little clip right there, man, of your goddamn copywritten material that I can't post.
First time at night, huh? How was that, E?
That was cool, man. Honestly, it's a burger episode. It's smash burgers is like the latest trend with the whole burger thing. A lot of people have their take on their own little thing. And Stuck Up, actually, I don't know if you guys remember, they used to be called Stuck Up Extracts, like a while back. So Stuck Up Extracts, and David, he's a cancer survivor. He actually went away for a while too, man. Like he had to do a little bit of time, and he came out, changed his whole way about everything. Started a fucking burger spot, and homie is killing it. I mean, I'm glad I did an episode with him, and honestly, he does what every major burger chain does. Like, there's like a fucking
what, rip you off?
No, like
Give you diabetes?
No. Like, you know how they have a signature burger? They have.
He has a signature burger.
They have the what is it? The Big Mac, and they have like the Big Western.
Yeah.
He does that, but with gourmet ingredients. Like every fucking bun is made fresh every day. Like you know what I mean? Like the meat is fucking imported. You know what I mean? Like he does some crazy top shelf shit.
That's tight.
And salute to Stuck Up, aka Stuck Up Burgers. You know what I mean? It's probably one of some of the.
What
best.
up, Mike? You gonna ask that question, man? What up, Israel? What up, Bears?
Yeah, no polo gangs in there. I see him. Hey, so E-Zone, I see, and it's probably been a couple months, maybe even a year. You guys been getting
out the Nika in the building.
The brewery, thing, like making beers, IPAs and stuff. You and B-Roll. How did that come about, bro?
Like the whole beer industry thing, kind of like it was weird. I always wondered. I'm like, man, like the whole goal of doing the whole weed thing was like motivated by like a lot of people not saying that this was gonna pay off. You can't really make a career out of it.
Yeah.
And I managed to make this thing pay off in many ways. But people were like, oh, they were like, oh, drinking's never gonna take you nowhere, right? Sure enough, let me go ahead and show you.
Yes.
B-Real gets the first opportunity to work with Sweetwater Brewery in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was the first beer contract he got. I didn't help him get that one, but he tells me, "Hey, you're the only one here that fucking drinks like that." I was buying craft beer, bro. Like I was buying a lot of craft beer, so I was already familiar with it. And before that, I already had dabbled with it when some of the first breweries opened up, and I got away with it because I was like, man, fools out here started getting too offended and shit about everything. I was like, the offended crowd moved in, and I was like, I can't kick it no more at the bar because I say shit that offends fools.
Yeah.
So I was like. I started buying the craft beer, taking it, go home, and I stayed away from the scene. And one day I am in, so B-Real takes me on that fucking trip, and I pretty much am helping him. Like what's the consoliere? The consoliere. This is my consoliere, whatever. It's like the food that talks to the boss or whatever, and tells him, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was telling them, it's like, no, these hops ain't good.
Yeah.
Try these. I was like, that ingredient.
Good cop, bad cop.
You're a connoisseur.
So I was the eyes, ears, and the taste buds for it.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, oh, let me serve you and your son a beer. Try this one. So me and him will drink, and then he'll look at me and he'll be like, what are we doing? That's like that one. Like just that. And we did pull up the Insane OG beer, and that was dope. That was the first one. And then I went to a Champs event or something like that, and I met my homie from Craft Beer Kings, CEO Mo. He's one of the hardest working dudes in the craft beer industry. He owns Craft Beer Kings in Huntington Beach, and El Monte, and
Nice.
any craft beer that you might think of. Like when people are like, "Yo, there's $100 beers and up." Like I mean, that's exotic. But obviously, when you're thinking about like, you don't have to drink a 32 pack. You just drink a 4-pack of some gourmet shit.
And that's it.
He has everything
Gourmet.
there.
Put your pinky up while you fucking drinking your beer.
Put
I
some,
mean, it's different
put some
strokes for different
respect on it,
folks,
homie,
but
yeah.
it's like it's some bomb shit, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "Yo, let's work together," and we've done 3 beers for him,
Oh,
and
Lord.
I've managed to work with 2 other different companies and done some limited time release, but nothing ever where I wanted to make it permanently stick. I'm trying to work with somebody out there, like a beer brewery or that wants to do something that they could keep
It's
in
gonna
house
come,
as
dog.
a Southern Cali thing. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be out there. I'm not gonna be those fools gonna be out there rushing. Yeah, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna ask for the opportunity and I'm gonna put it out.
If
there.
it
But I-
happens, it's gonna happen.
yeah, but when
Slowly but
the
surely,
brewery comes
yeah.
in and lets me call the shots 100% instead of like, hey, you're entitled to 20%, I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Well, check
Yeah.
this out, man. Now that's a lot of positive. Here goes a dope ass question from one of your biggest fans.
Hello.
Check this out. His question is, what would you be doing if none of this worked out?
Damn, that's a good question.
That
I
is
never
a good
really.
question.
I've thought about doing 3 different things, dog. I probably would have continued in sales, like maybe like it's working for a company like on some Wolf of Wall Street shit. I would have tried to find an opportunity like that. Number 2, I probably would have tried out to be a teacher.
Nice.
Like I probably would have really tried out to be a fucking
Yeah.
teacher,
So you
dog.
like to inspire people.
I mean, it's just I've heard this from a lot of my like peers and mentors that they're just like I remember it stuck with me a lot when I first met my homie Martin Moreno, the comedian.
Yeah, that's something.
I met him and then he told me, he's like, the first time he was like, damn dog, he's like, you the way you handle yourself, it's like you can be a teacher. And then after that I heard it a couple more times. I could see if you weren't doing this. And then the whole, I don't know, I'd probably be like the fool from the what is it, from
He's like,
what's that movie in Vegas with the bachelor party with Mike Tyson?
oh, fucking Hangover.
Yeah, you remember when that fool's over there? Yeah, he's a teacher. And he's charging the kids for the field trip so he can have the money. I'd be right there.
Hustling. You be hustling.
I got
over there.
another dope question. And this is from Bears. What should
Oh,
we
no
call
photo
it?
gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His question is, who do you draw inspiration from? Who is your hero? Who do you look up to?
Who do you look up to? Yeah.
And what do you see yourself next year?
Oh, we already answered that.
So, inspiration comes from a lot of things, bro. Honestly, sometimes it's not even necessarily a person. Sometimes it's just like seeing an experience, bro. Like sometimes I might be driving by and like it's maybe like 97 degrees and like I'm pulling off the freeway and I see the fucking dude selling flowers right there and I'm just like,
feel me?
this
Talk that shit.
motherfucker is out there in the fucking sun and I'm just like, and I was over here bitching about going to this meeting with the air conditioner on.
That's the
and I gotta
real.
show up early.
Insane.
So sometimes it's stuff like that, and then sometimes I've said this before, dog. I think that's one thing about the newer generation is that they focused on not focusing too much on politics because they're focusing on getting the bag, and I think that's important because for a long time it was very hard to do something without the next person hating on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know why a lot of people are like that. You know?
Envy.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
media. So I really get hyped off of like seeing the people around me like really win, bro. Like honestly, like seeing Be Real get that award and shit, or like no, sorry, the documentary, or the plaque and the star on the Hollywood. Seeing my friends start their own platform and their own podcast, that shit inspires me, dog. Yeah, their own strains, like that shit inspires me a lot.
Yeah, they're a big inspiration, dog. They are.
I want to say fools like, and then there's also like fools that out there like Joey Diaz, a comedian.
Tight.
Like the whole Rob Deerdick Enterprise that he fucking did.
Oh hell,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
yeah!
like-
That's inspirational.
Yeah,
Hell
like
yeah.
just stuff like that, bro. Like those kind of stories.
Nice.
So like I want. That's why I want to say I draw inspiration. Hero, fuck, I don't. Like I don't know. I grew up fucking like Spider-Man, dog.
That's some real shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah, bro. Like I was like, that's the fucking hero I fucking grew up like.
You know, everybody's when you're young, you're like 2nd to 5th grade. You're like the question is who's your hero? Like the class.
Yeah.
So I didn't have one So Kobe Bryant was my first hero. Right?
You know what? You remind me of a lot of my homies that was the first time they were like, yeah, and I feel like you have a lot of Kobe stuff, huh? Like, yeah.
That fool tatted in my back, bro. That motherfucker all in my back. I got all LA in my back.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of that generation that was their first hero, man. And I remember I did have a homie that was like that too, bro. Like I remember when I went to his house in high school, I went to that fool's room and I was like, shit was all Kobe'd out, dog. I was like, damn, fool. I remember when Kobe scored the record points.
Hell yeah.
Fucking 81. This fool
was the Raptors.
Yes, sadly, bro. But I was like, yeah, but
no, it was happily done.
No, I had to be the Raptors out, but
it had to be the Raptors.
But yeah, I remember this fool fucking on the IM messenger fucking messaged everybody in this fucking messenger was like, hell yeah, Kobe did it. I just like, bro, I was like, everybody was talking about how the fact that you went out of your way to message everybody.
Right.
Like, just getting that excited.
Fucking Bears.
Yeah, he went.
Bears goes, yes, Spider-Man, 100.
Yo, so E, we know, you're in the weed game. You got the IPA thing going. Is there anything like do you do shrooms and shit like that? Do you get into that?
Yeah, I fuck around with shrooms, bro. Shout out to California Magic Farms. Nice. They sponsor my show, and Ongo Boys. They sponsored the fucking the live event that we did.
Nice. So
yeah, I fuck around a lot with the fungus, bro. Nice. I like the microdose a lot more than the full trip, bro. Sometimes that's a bit too intense for me, dog. Like there's sometimes where I'm like, yeah, I want to go through it. Fuck it, let me go ahead and go through this, but I prefer the microdose, and sometimes I even overdo it because honestly, what I hate the most about it, and I love everything else about it, is just when you start getting the yawns.
Yeah.
Ain't the yawns? It's just lets you know it's about to happen. That's all. The yawns are, it's coming. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Now, my question is, have you ever been enlightened? Or is it just...
like having an epiphany because of the drug?
Recreational? Or have you ever seen an enlightenment that helped you solve the problem?
I had an enlightenment. I had a couple of enlightenments. The mushrooms just kind of helped me, realize, for me, it was not every time I wanted to give a reaction towards everything, it helped me realize that not every action requires a reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To me, that's what it was. To me, it was every time I wanted to text somebody and be like, you motherfucker, you start a problem, I was like, pop 3 of these, fool. Pop 3 of these and fucking watch The Simpsons. Yeah. And I was like, if after the episode, you fucking feel like you feel the same way.
Do that shit.
And I avoided a lot of problems like that. So that's how really
that's good.
It calmed you down, zoned you out.
Yeah,
zoned you out.
It zoned me out, bro.
What on the knowledge that you have on E, for some people that are in the chat that don't know about shit like that or that think otherwise, what would you tell them? You know what I mean? That it could help them. How could it help them?
It helps a lot with depression, man. It helps a lot with anxiety. But I'm not saying go out there and fucking pop a whole eighth your first time. Fucking take it baby steps. If it's my first time drinking, I'm not gonna fucking drink the whole bottle.
You ain't gonna drink vodka.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking maybe start off with the fucking Blue Moon or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like a normal person, bro. But yeah, I would say start off with the microdose. Find a reputable person. Now these days, a lot of people are growing mushrooms because it's not as heavily regulated as weed was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is great because there's a lot of grow kits. You can get one at CaliforniaMagicFarms.com. Use special code word W.
Yeah. Like fucking 10 advertisements per second.
But yeah, you can get one there and learn about it. And honestly, sometimes, bro, for me, I would say mushrooms help me thug it out.
Yeah.
They help me thug it out, bro. Yeah. I don't ever want to thug it out sometimes, but sometimes I really need to be in my head, and and those moments that it does have I decide to go in my head, and I decide to have these adventures. Adults, sometimes I have these endless laughter things, and sometimes I like to do mushrooms in public, but they are a big part of my life.
Nice.
I didn't know they were live, bro. Did you hear that thing where they play music or they can talk to each other?
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, there's scientists who connected these sound wave receptors.
Oh yeah, I think I seen a video.
And these motherfuckers talk to each other.
Bro, all plants are alive, bro. Have you ever seen the fucking earth or whatever shit?
Yeah.
These plants are alive. They fucking have sex. They touch each other. They give each other water.
You know, it kind of feel fucked up that I'm like, look, here I go chopping this old people.
Bro, in my backyard, I be having a fucking dope ass little flower that just pops out and blooms, and then nighttime it goes. I mean, come on now. Fucking live, and if you cut it, it comes back to life. Like this motherfucker. Well, make a long story short, bro. This last question before we get out this bitch, because we have you here kidnapped, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm having fun, bro. Honestly,
Hanging out like wet clothes. Shout out to our sponsors, After Dark Genetics, Banks Bakery right there in the cut. Got Nika in the cut. Everybody don't give a fuck, and we fucking stuck on Chuck.
Yeah.
So right now the question is, if you would go back to your younger self for 5 years, or 10 years, and give yourself some word of advice, what would you give yourself? What would you change?
That'd be two things. It would be like save as much money as you can, and fucking know how to manage that shit. That's what it is, bro. Because growing up as in the hood and not I don't want to say like growing up on limited resources, because the motherfucker that wants to get it is gonna get it regardless. You know what I mean? Like that ass. So if you're gonna have that shit, bro, like, you know, the money that you do got, use it wisely. That's the only thing I would say. I'm like, hey man, like map out your business ventures a little bit more. Stick to it, bro. Like stick to these little ideas that you think because you didn't have enough motherfuckers that thought alike when you were growing up. Didn't mean that those ideas were
Follow
stupid.
through.
You could have you could have been doing this, son. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would have fucking told myself. Like, hey, you could be doing this. It's like
10 years earlier.
Fuck what these fucking popular motherfuckers think in high school. Fucking start that business now, dog.
Yeah.
Fucking invest in that homie's fucking barbershop. You know what I mean? I was like, you would have been the owner of that bitch now.
Bro.
Yeah, no, like I don't gotta have hair to have a barbershop, bro. I've always said that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll fucking dead ass own a barbershop. Be like, who's the owner? That fool over there? That fucking shaves his head.
Yo, I got one more question. Who's your Mount Cushmore?
It'd be Be Real, Bob Marley. It has to be. That's the last two get tricky, bro. I know it's Be Real, Bob Marley. But I want to be. You can't fuck, but it's hard.
You cannot miss out on the fucking originator, the triple OGs.
No Willie?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Willie Nelson.
Come on now.
Willie Nelson.
Oh,
That's three. Now it's hard. Now it's hard.
You guys didn't even say fucking Cheech and Chong, man. Those do not belong there.
No, they do.
One of the Godfathers.
And I put
they smoke. I don't believe they smoke as much as those three he said already.
And then out of respect, Roman's right. I would fucking use the last space and carve up both of them in one. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Or just put
together. Like I'd be like, look,
that's crazy.
I'm gonna make them like the smile now, cry later face.
There it is. We got him in there.
I'll be like, there you go. We got him.
That was perfect. Cheech and Chong as a duo.
There it is, man. Overall, bro, I want to thank you so much for coming out here at Rowdoggs TV, man. You know, you're inspirational. You do good for the community. We like to hear about how you came up in the game. You know, any word of advice for individuals out here that watch you, that comment, that follow you, and see what you're doing, and want to get into the same thing? Any word of advice?
I'm gonna tell you guys like this, man. Somebody told this shit to me. I want to say it's A Nice or something like that. This was an engineer that was making music. He told me, he's like, you just need 25 fans.
That's it.
Realistically, he's like, that all you to make it, you really just need 25 fans
Consistent,
that are willing to fucking buy.
and everything.
If you have these 25 fans that you've established and resonated, and have a venue that lets you do a show, whatever it is, and those 25 people buy tickets, and you work something out where, like, let's just say you get the bar and or you get the door or whatever it is with the venue, and then you have merch. Those 25 fans are enough to keep you afloat for you to at least pay some kind of rent. You know what I mean? You might have to have a little job for a little bit, but those 25 people are going to multiply. But learn to fucking, whatever venture you're in, learn to establish 25 down-ass fans, and the rest will fucking snowball.
Yeah.
So that's
I've been here before, man. Again, thank you so much, E-Zone, for coming out here, Rowdoggs TV, man.
Appreciate you out there.
Good, sir.
Let them know where to find you at. He's on all your music and everything.
You guys can check me out at my latest account is Flavors by E-Zone with 2 S's. I don't know why I'm behaving good in this one, so I'm I mean, I never did anything bad, but I didn't know I had 27 violations in the last one, so I guess I ain't getting that
You be
bad.
walking around butt naked thinking, I was smoking though.
Swing the thing.
It was mostly just fighting with who's in the comments, like, you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what
I
happened?
thought that's what you're supposed to
I'm
do.
literally shadow banned.
I would be like, hey, I would write shit like, be like, cool, I was Suge Knight you, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they'll report it, bro. I'm like, oh, it's like,
Hey, I don't want to get ran over.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ran
No.
Going to motherfucker.
So like this is like I'll get
Real
flagged
threat.
for that. So follow me at Flavors by E-Zone. Follow my podcast page. We Don't Smoke the Same Podcast. Shout out to Xavier and Kate and Ray. And also make sure you guys follow High and Hungry TV. July we're gonna be releasing the season of this year for High and Hungry, at least the first round season of this year. So check that out. We've been working hard for that. And my website for all my merch and candles and all that stuff. highandhungry.shop, flavorsbyezone.com.
You heard it right here at Rowdoggs TV, baby. If you don't know, now you know. Ain't no business like Road Dog business. Get it, baby.